Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Charlotte, North Carolina is an epicenter of the motorsports world, and this week, heavy hitters from the automotive industry are gathered here for the first ever High Performance Expo. Motorhead Garage takes you for some hot laps around HPX, so strap in, hang on, because Motorhead Garage is on the way. You know the name Classic Industries. They are the place to go when you're working on a restoration on your classic car. But Craig, this is the High Performance Expo, so what are you guys doing here?
Well, we also carry high performance parts. We carry all the major brands like Edelbrock, Mosier, Holley. It goes hand in hand with restoration, it really does. You have guys that have really bad street cars, needs interior plastics, we got you covered.
What's the range of vehicles you have covered?
Well, we handle the major three, Chevy, Mopar, and Ford is our newest venture. We do Mustang. We're also broadening Ford. We're getting into the big body cars, the Torinos, as well as Ford truck. Our Ford truck line is really starting to blossom. Chevy trucks is one of our major lines, especially during COVID, it really exploded. Impala and Camaro is what the company is actually based on. And from Camaro, we went to Firebird. We got into Dodge about 10 to 12 years ago, and that line itself has really bloomed. We cover 62 to roughly 74 AB and E bodies. We cover any major classic car that somebody could either, street drive or turn into a race car.
There are other places to get parts and accessories. Why should I go with Classic Industries?
We have a huge stock. Most of the time you'll run into a situation where some of these companies they keep dragging on back orders. We're stocked and ready to go. Most of our stuff ships in anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. Most of our buildings are literally busting at the seams. We're ready to send parts.
What if it's like 10 o'clock at night and I need a part for my car?
Then you go to classicindustries.com.
Classic Industries is your one-stop shop for all your restoration and performance needs. Go to classicindustries.com. This place is amazing. You can tweak your engine as much as you want to get all the horsepower you can, but if you're not using the right headers, you're not maximizing your performance. Now, Nick, you've been in business at American Racing Headers for 20 years. You're the experts. What can the right headers do for my performance car, my race car?
Well, there's multiple ways to attack header design, and right from the outset, we decided to address all the stigma that headers had with poor fit, ground clearance problems, burnt wires, flanges warping and blown gaskets, and we basically designed our product to do multiple things. First of all, fit well. Secondly, maximize performance with a wider range of applications to fit a wider range of performance levels. We also went with stainless steel right from the outset. So, rust and corrosion was always a problem. So, there's a lot of things that we've incorporated into our overall design with merge collectors and scavenger spikes and nice thick flanges, just to get that extra performance, but to also add to the quality of the product.
What makes American Racing Headers different?
It's the extra time that we took in developing the product. We wanted to see how much power can we get out of the design. We're not going to skimp on primary length just to cut costs. We're not going to skimp on collector design just to save money. We incorporated all those things into it, see what kind of powers potential we can get out of each application that we attack, and then let the chips fall where they will.
Now, the HPX show is all about new technologies, and you've got some new tech here. What's the latest and greatest that you're working on here?
Well, we after our move, because we moved down here a couple years ago, we recently developed it's right here, our C8, C06 headers, which we're really excited. We're trying to get this car for a while. We finally tracked one down, and we built this new triple step design header, and they made all kinds of power, especially when you combine them with a cold air intake and a good set of high flow cats. I mean, the power gains were just outstanding. And you can't even tune those cars, but there's no check engine lights to worry about. We kind of got that all figured out.
You mentioned to me that you made the move down to Charlotte from New York a few years back. What's it like to be at the center of a racing mecca like this?
Well, this is kind of a dream come true in terms of being in an area where there's a lot of like-minded people. Love the fact that there's racetracks all over the place, and we can practice more of what we preach. We really like to hear the talent pool is real high here, and we're proud to say that, yeah, we're North Carolinians now, and we're proud to be here, really are.
American Racing Headers makes the highest quality performance parts. There's a lifetime guarantee, and they're made in the USA. AmericanRacingHeaders.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage from the HPX show in Charlotte, North Carolina. Don't go anywhere. Motorhead Garage is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. PaintedAutoBodyParts.com, the leading U.S. auto body parts online store. And by Custom Auto Sound, audio for the great classics, customs, and street rods. When it comes to performance automobiles, you want to get all that horsepower to the rear wheels, and of course you have to do that through the clutch. Now, Jeff, at Mantic Clutch, you're able to do that very efficiently, but you can also make the car comfortable to drive on the road. How do you do it at Mantic Clutch?
Well, there's a couple different tricks to it, but we kind of have a similar mantra across our product line. And the big thing is with our multi-disc clutches, we can use a progressive friction material. We can put a lot of cushion in those discs, and we keep the pedal effort pretty light comparatively, and it makes our clutches feel a lot like an OE clutch. That same kind of effort, that same kind of feel.
And you have a little something for everybody. Of course, we're at the HPX show. There's a lot of racers here, but you said most of your business is done for people driving on the street. So if they want to maybe get into a performance clutch, but maybe not go all the way, where do you start them?
Best starting point would be with one of our single disc clutches. This is something new that we're offering, but this covers you 400, 550 horsepower range, and these will be sold complete, clutch, disc, flywheel, slave, kind of like we do our other kits.
And if I want to go with something a little bigger than that, a little more horsepower?
A little more betterer, as we've often said, we can go into our twin disc, which these will hold up to 1,000 at the crank, and these also come complete, clutch, flywheel, slave, all the hardware.
How many horsepower are we talking there?
You figure about 1,000 foot-pounds at the crank, blows down to about 820 at your tires, a little bit of reduction there.
And you make clutches that can handle more horsepower than that, moving up the line?
Even more than that. We can do a triple disc for you, which is good for 1,500. We have a quad disc that holds 2,000. And we even have a 5-disc, which may or may not be called the Cinco del Disco, which will hold 2,500 foot-pounds.
They'll get you in the right clutch to fit your budget and to fit your application. Go to ManticClutchUSA.com to find out what's going to be best for your vehicle. If you drive an American muscle car, of course, power is the name of the game, but looks are also important because you want to make the car your own, and that is where Auto Addict comes into play. Now, Mo, you have a number of different things you make for American muscle cars. What are the 3 areas you concentrate on?
Awesome. So Auto Addict USA focuses on 3 categories when it comes to the American muscle community. We focus on carbon fiber, composites, injection molding with our plastic line of products, and also the lighting game, which is also the headlights and taillights and any small accent lights as well.
Well, let's talk about carbon fiber because those jumped out at me right away when I walked up to the table. What'd you bring to the HPX show?
So what we brought to the table here, allowing the consumers to ask what we offer in these carbon composites. There's 3 categories that we offer, which is we can get an OEM part right here and apply a carbon overlay to allow the look of the consumer that wants to have with an OEM fitment. And then the other category where we could do wet vacuum injection. What vacuum injection allows you to do is bring in a faster turnaround of a production time and as well get the lightweight of the wet vacuum. Now, if you want to go to the higher end tier of the carbon fiber composites, we offer this pre-pregnated, which the mold is made out of a CNC mold. So this allows a better structure, better surface, and a light, durable, double-sided structure to handle all the fast speeds, the turning, and all the aerodynamics that allows you to perform at the highest level, which matters, of course.
And not to mention all the vibration that comes from a muscle car.
100%, 100%.
That's the carbon fiber. Now moving into injection molding.
Yes, injection molding is very, very important to us. That's actually how Auto Addict was born. And we have a sample right here where we show a lens that's been injected, molded, and stamped with the surround of the plastic to allow us a finish of a clear lens. We offer this lens in smoked and clear for the S650 Mustang. It allows the consumer to pick and choose of color finishes, and at the same time gives them that nice aesthetic look that lines up with all the cool high performance mods that they have as well. Moving over, we offer a second injection molding product line, which is plastic injection. Very, very technical molds, very high, big, expensive molds, but allows a perfect fitment, the right clips. It fits everything that it desires to the eye of the consumer to connect on a personal aspect to where, hey, I got this powerful American muscle vehicle, but I can add this bezel or this bumper or this light that I can connect to while I'm building my entire car.
If you go to Auto Addict USA, you can find all these parts and a whole lot more for your American muscle car. They also do custom work as well. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage from the HPX show. Don't go anywhere. Of course, Motorhead Garage is in Charlotte at the inaugural High Performance Expo, but we know the studio is safe while we're gone because we have a security system, and we know the studio will be rodent-free when we get back because we use mouse blocker. Mice love to find cozy places to nest, and a vehicle in a quiet studio is the perfect hideaway for the little guys. So we use the Pro plug-in under the hood to keep mice out of every vehicle, and we use the 1000X to keep mice out of the building altogether. Devices from Mouse Blocker emit ultrasonic waves. That makes things uncomfortable for the mice and they move out and move on. It works for us and it'll work for you. You can learn more about the technology at mouseblocker.com.
Do you like cold air conditioning? Well, this TXV thermostatic expansion valve controls it all. Welcome to this AMSOIL tech tip. Yep. Thermostatic expansion valves, but a whole AC system functioning on a board. Starts at the compressor, goes out to the condenser up under the hood, and then we have to regulate through this TXV to the evaporator and back to the compressor. But that TXV, well, that thermostatic expansion valve is the important piece of this puzzle. Why? Because it's precise control. You can see it right here. We're going from high pressure to low pressure. But not only to high pressure to low pressure, we're actually sensing the line over here that's going to the evaporator, and we can tell if we can either let more refrigerant or less refrigerant go through, which gives you precise control of that air conditioning system. Len, this TXV has to control the air conditioning system precisely, and in the engine, these components do it as well, man. We're talking about a VVT solenoid that's actually moving this variable valve timing. Moving it how? Oil pressure. We got timing tensioners here that actually hold tension on the timing chain or belt. Oil pressure. This fuel pump, bam, 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 beating on that oil, man, it's going to take some abuse there. And then our Chevrolet 5.3 liter engine with displacement on demand, everybody knows that one. Oil pressure, oil pressure, oil pressure, oil pressure, or not, that's a problem.
Exactly. I think you've set the theme up here, John, oil pressure. It's critical that the product that you're using, the oil that you're using, maintain oil pressure. You can't just put a thicker oil in there, try and cover up all that mess. It has to maintain across an extremely wide temperature band. So once again, we talk about robust base oils, proper additive chemistry. You need a very, very well formulated, high quality synthetic product to do all these jobs.
Now, I had a 5.3 that was actually ticking a little bit, and old guys like us, you know, hey, put some 50 weight in there. Didn't work, tick more. What happened?
Right, because you got into a situation where that thicker oil created a larger problem. These engines are designed with upper and lower oil pressure limits, as you know, and if you get outside of those, you're going to put the check engine light on or you're going to hear a tick. So putting 50 weight in there, not the answer. Put a higher quality oil in there, possibly the answer.
There you go. Well, the AC system, it's designed to work on specific pressures, and so is your engine. So make sure you get the best oil that you can get to make sure you have the right oil pressures. And you can find it all at amsoil.com.
We are surrounded by some amazing cars here at the High Performance Expo in Charlotte. And after talking with Nick Philippides at American Racing Headers, we knew we found one of the nicest builds we've ever seen.
My name is Nick Philippides. This is my 1964 Rambler American. You know, it's a vehicle that's been overlooked. There's so few of them out there, and I kind of fell in love with the body lines. We had a 67 Rambler in our shop we were doing prototype work on. Kind of fell in love with the car. This car looks every bit as good as any Box Nova or Ford Falcon or whatever. And I thought it would make a great hot rod. Why not do something different? You know, I just wanted to do something AMC, and it worked out really well. I didn't want to get away from the originality. The theme behind the car was to kind of build it, you know, the way I would have built it, say, in the late 60s. It's all redone, but it's all stock. You know, we did put a stick in it, but a lot of hot rods had stick shifts in them back in the day, so we kind of kept that theme. It's a 401 AMC engine that's been stroked. It's 455 cubic inches. No expense spared on it. The car was built by Eddie G's Muscle Car Garage. Eddie is a terrific fabricator, great car builder. He's based in Long Island. Eddie took the car and put together this masterpiece. This particular car is the 440H model, which has a lot of extra chrome trim. The car is just loaded with chrome. And I can tell you it was a pretty pricey endeavor trying to get all that stuff looking as good as it does now, but it was well worth it. The biggest comments I get is, you know, I never knew a Rambler could look this good.
Motorhead Garage is brought to you by Truckers Warehouse. We do it right the first time. Performance Fuel Specialists, changing the way you treat your fuel. And by Trunk Tray, truck better with Trunk. Tamsin B. Roth is our paintedautoparts.com Motorhead of the Week. We came across her Speedology booth at the High Performance Expo. Now, Speedology puts on car shows, rallies, and other events, and they've raised thousands and thousands of dollars for various charities. And Speedology also works hard to inspire the next generation of automobile enthusiasts. Tamsin says that is vital to the industry. Tamsin B. Roth, she's making a difference, and she is our paintedautoparts.com Motorhead of the Week. Now on to more from the HPX show. If you're looking to build your automotive business or build a new one, the Spray-On Bedliner Depot is the place to go. Michael, how do you make it easy for folks to get started?
Well, one of the things that we do is we don't franchise, we don't tie you up into a contract. We're looking for independent dealers that want to get into the business without a high cost. We also have a nationwide warranty. We are a Graco distributor. We also have master techs and 24/7 tech service.
The Spray-On Bedliner Depot, your company is so much more than just spray-on bedliners, and you've been around for a long time. How does that prove we can trust this company to put out a quality product?
Well, we started doing bedlining industry back in the early 80s, and we're also Marvel Industrial Coatings, which is a family-owned business with a group of techs that have been in the industry for over 40 years.
So your product is unique, and the packages you offer are unique as well. So what if I want to become a dealer? What can you offer?
Well, we have a cartridge system for people to start into that if you're doing low output, maybe 5 or 10 trucks a month, or a paint and body shop that just wants to spray a tailgate or a quarter panel and instead of sending it out to a bedliner shop and getting the high prices of what they're charging for you to send it out.
And for the folks that want to become a full-on spray-on bedliner applicator, what do you offer for them?
But then we have our high pressure systems. These come out with 55-gallon drums, high pressure machines. The material dries in about 10 seconds to the touch. You can walk on it in 20 seconds, so our customer doesn't have to wait long. You should be able to do a truck in about an hour and a half. So they're high pressure systems spraying out of 55-gallon drums. There's no VOC, there's no solvent, there's no lead, so you don't have to worry about paint booths and stuff because our material is very safe to spray.
And you have 2 different units here at the show. You can tell me about the first one there, the silver one.
Yes, the 2 units that are most common for bedlining is out an air-driven system, which is our AXP1 Graco machine, and then our EXP1 Reactor 3, which is an electric-driven machine. It's computerized. It's got a DC motor with no brushes. And it basically comes with the package. Both of them spray exactly the same, except one is computerized and the other one isn't.
The highest quality products in the industry and the easiest way to get into the business, the SprayOnBedlinerDepot.com. United Engine and Machine. Now, this company's been around for over 100 years, and you're probably looking at me going, why have I never heard of this company? Well, that's because you've heard of their brand names, and that includes Icon Forged Pistons, which is the reason they are here at the High Performance Expo. Now, Steve, how has UEM maintained quality for over a century?
Family-run business. I think when it comes down to it, just a smaller business that hasn't gone into big corporate deals makes it a lot better to where you can get ideas heard and good things end up coming up out of that.
What are the good things? Why should I choose pistons from UEM?
You know, just looking at our table, we have a huge selection, whether it be from our cast all the way to our Icon Forged pistons, which, you know, we can fit anything and everything in between, from Ford Model A all the way down to the newer style LS stuff.
And you guys are here at the HPX show for a reason. Why should racers trust pistons from UEM, and why should they have them in their engines?
Just innovation. I mean, we cover a big variety of different applications that we have. A majority of the time, if it is something that is asked for as a custom piston, it might be something that we have on our shelf. So we try and have everything readily available on the shelf within, if by chance we don't have it, give us 6 weeks and we'll have it on the shelf ready to go. Nothing is made to order.
What are some of the main things you consider when you're making a performance piston?
First of all, you know, it would be alloy. What kind of racing do you want to do? You want to do some road racing? You want to do some drag racing? Depending on the application and what you want to build and what kind of racing you want to do, then we can lead you into a piston where, you know, you can run nitrous to it and run turbo to it, whatever you want to do on that, and point you in the right direction and get you at least get the ball rolling on that, and then we can make, you know, whatever changes that might need to be made as far as a ring pack and things of that nature. We can point you in that direction as well.
How do I get a hold of you guys to find out what I might need if I'm not quite sure?
You know, easiest way is probably check our website, www.uempistons.com. You can put down any part number that you're looking for, any application that you're looking for, and you have a drop-down screen, and that'll give you everything and all information that you would need.
From OEM applications to diesels to motorcycles and of course to race cars, UEM Pistons is powering engines through innovation. You can find them at uempistons.com. Well, you know what? The HPX show was so big we didn't have enough time to cover all of it. So we'll return in 7 days with more from Charlotte. So long.